Hi, I'm Sam Herriges, and this is Coke's Helpful Neighbor Project. So Coke, for the longest time, has always been a big proprietor of sharing happiness and spreading it out throughout the world. The happiness that they focus on is usually just individual to individual. Because our goal is to increase community perception, the community perception that Coke has, along with increasing sales and brand perception, I introduce to you the Helpful Neighbor Project. So the big idea here is to create a neighborly impact. What we're going to be doing is we're going to be using a mix of traditional and non-traditional out-of-home, along with social media and digital media, to effectively engage the audience that we're trying to capture within each community. Now, how we're going to be able to do this is through 4 different things. The first are interactive clickable posters. Posters will be placed indoors in places like coffee shops and shelters and stadiums, and they have an option of where you can allocate the set amount of money that Coke will donate to these individual projects. Then you have street signs. The street signs are actually a direction to our last thing down here, which I'll talk about later. But the street signs are out-of-home things like stickers or murals or maybe just footsteps on the ground that direct you to these interactive vending machines. Then you have social media, and our social media will be used for just general PR and announcements, and also creating engagement that way and making sure that people are keeping up to date with our campaign. Now to the granddaddy of them all. If the Helpful Neighbor Project was a movie, the interactive vending machine is the lead. So the lead is the face of our project in the main event. So what that means is that so there will be 3 interactive vending machines placed in 3 large cities at high foot traffic areas. The main vending machine will be placed in Minneapolis. The other vending machines will be placed in Chicago and Milwaukee. So what you have here is a vending machine that looks similar to this. It's a little bit bigger, but what you do is you go in there, and so the Coke will be sold for $1. And then when you put in your $1, you have 2 options. After you listen to a story about one of the several things that you can vote on, you are then asked to either give the $1 to get a Coke or donate it to the community. Now if you choose donate, you can donate it to one of several different allocation spots. So it'll vary for each location depending on what that location's, it'll cater to that location. The general places that you can allocate are environmental, human rights, education, public transportation. And then there are a few other ones that will be catered, of course, to the individual thing. But after you hear the story, what we're hoping is that most people will choose to invest the $1 into their community and making their community a more helpful place, or a happier place. So, on to our timing and objectives. The way that we will carry this out: first, we'll have our social media kickoff, which will just introduce and build excitement and initiate the excitement for the upcoming project. Then, simultaneously, we will have the placement of the interactive vending machines. First and foremost, we'll have one in Minneapolis. Then, shortly after, we'll have the other 2 go in the other cities. And then we'll, at the same time, have the implementation of other out-of-home, the direction street signs. So again, murals or arrows on the ground, anything that helps people, that gives people a hint or creates a little bit of curiosity for them. And then after that, we'll implement so obviously, of course, this is the excitement. This is what we've been building up for, is the interactive vending machines. And so we are just trying to get them there or redirect them to have a little detour to these interactive vending machines. Then we'll implement the clickable posters. The clickable posters will be implemented a little later to continue the excitement that we've been building up through the interactive vending machines. And these posters will again be appearing indoors, and they'll ultimately expand the voting reach of the community. So more people will be engaged in the community without actually having to go to these interactive vending machines. The reason that we're doing it later is, of course, because we want the people to actually realize what this is about by having this big event, by understanding that, oh, these posters are related to that big vending machine that was in whatever park not too long ago, or still might be there in this case. And then we will continue to use social media to draw attention to these posters and also the vending machines that will still be up and around. And then keeping the social media, using social media to keep the traffic and follow this community movement that we're hoping that this will be at that time. And then number 5 is to initiate allocations or announce the allocations via social media. And what this is going to do is to actually show that we're following through on our promise that we're making by having a set amount of money that we're going to give, and then showing where this money is going per city. So we're hoping that we can see how we can show the difference between these different cities, and show how each city has their own individual thing, but nevertheless the people still come together and help and want to assist the city in making it a better place. So, are you ready to make the neighborhood a happier place? Thank you.